Estimate products of fractions. So before, we've estimated products of decimals. So there's, again, two ways that we can estimate. We can round using benchmark fractions. Some examples being, for example, 0, 1/2, and 1. So is the fraction closer to 0, 1/2, or 1? If it's closer to 0, then the chances are we could probably utilize the second strategy, which is to find compatible numbers. So let's look at some examples here. Say I have 1/3 times 17. So in this case, 1/3, that's probably not a good idea to round to a benchmark fraction of 0, all right? Or in this case, 1/2. It still makes this kind of difficult to multiply together so far. So let's go ahead and make 17 a compatible number. So I'm going to keep the 1/3 the same, and then I'm going to multiply by 18. Because I know that 18 divided by 3 is equal to 6. And so yes, that's 18 divided by 3. Okay, let's look at another example. Say I had 2/5 times 6/7. Well, this does not seem like a likely candidate for compatible numbers. I have numbers in the top, numbers in the bottom, and so therefore I want to go ahead and use my benchmark. And so over here we had used compatible numbers. So if I take a look at 2/5, I recognize that 2 is closer to half of 5, and so I'm going to choose 1/2 as my benchmark. And then 6/7 is close to a whole value of 1. And so my answer should be close to 1/2. And finally, let's look at one more. Say I have 7 2/7 times 3 7/8. So in this case, it seems silly to use benchmark fractions because we have some whole numbers that we can address. So I might just go ahead and round these maybe to a benchmark or to the nearest whole number. And so in this case, 2/7 is closer to 7 than it is 8, okay, because it's not more than half of 7. And so therefore, I'm going to keep this 7 the same. And then I'm going to multiply this one. I'm going to move this up to 4, or round it up to 4, because 7 is really close to 8, which is a whole nother value of +1. And so I'm going to make that one 4. And so my answer will be an estimated product of 28.